Previously on
That's so Kyra. See, this is why I don't need to go shopping by myself.
Cook it the same way. I can't cook it the same way I cook my lamb.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Hey everyone. It's been a while. There's been a lot of things that have been going on in my life that have affected me mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I haven't really been myself at all. Like, I haven't been myself at all. I'ma just keep it a straight thing. I haven't been myself at all. I'm finally getting back to being myself and getting into the groove of recording and stuff. Like, I'm sure you know, if you go back and look at my videos, you'll see like a big like difference in time when I was recording videos instead of my usual every week. And it's because like mentally I was not there. Mentally I was not there. Emotionally I was not there. I wasn't there. And this particular video I actually had the thought to do it about a month and a half ago, maybe even a month and a half ago. And I just kept putting it off. And I think it was because I just wasn't ready to talk about these things that's been going on with me. Like I'm like, no, we're not talking about it. So I just kept pushing it off, you know, doing my vlogs, doing other things. I just wasn't ready to talk about it. But now, because I feel like I'm out of it, I'm coming out of it. Like mentally, I'm me, I'm physically, I'm me, emotionally, I'm me, and I've grown. No, I'm ready to talk about it now. So we about to get into some stuff. We're about to get into some stuff today. I have usually, you know, when I do my talking videos, I have notes on my other phone. So I have notes on my phone, right? I have notes on my phone like the usual, but I also have these books, because literally when I was going through, I was just writing, right? I have books. I have books because when I was going through, I was just writing. I was writing because I felt as though I couldn't say what I was actually going through, so I would just write. These are, we're about to get into them. So we got all types of notes to talk about. We got all types of things to talk about. So let's get right into this video. One thing I will say, it feels great to be back. Alright, so we're about to get into some real heavy stuff. This is a hot channel, humble, open, and transparent. It's a judge-free zone. So, we're gonna talk about the thing that's really been crowding me for a while, like for years. Lately, I've really been struggling with an addiction, and it's not your typical like drugs or anything like that. It's a pornography addiction, right? And you're probably like, what? Like, how could you? Listen. We've all watched it. We've all we know what it is. We know what it is. I've struggled with that. And I'm still struggling with it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and no, I've definitely gotten better. When I first realized that I was addicted to it was probably like the mid-ish it was end of February. I found out, like, I kind of made the realization that I was after watching a Mike Todd sermon on it, and it was very eye-opening. And I remember talking to my ex about it, and I was just telling him different stuff that I had going on. I think, it's just one video, it's just, you know, and then what you also think is, I'm not hurting anyone else, it's just me. But you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself more than anything. If you're struggling with it, it's okay. You're okay. There is healing for you. You can turn your life around. It was getting to the point for me where there were things that I knew I needed to get done. things around, in my life I knew I needed to take care of. I knew I needed to handle as an adult, and I like just things, responsibilities that I knew I needed to. I knew I needed to do them. But my addiction got so bad, it was to the point where I would push that stuff off just to go and watch porn. And more than half of the time when I would watch porn, I wouldn't even be horny. It was just, oh, you got time, go watch it. And then it was like, I would just go and do it. Like, I would just cater to that demon, basically, that's inside of me. It's still inside of me. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm completely right now. I'm aware of it and I'm getting better, but yeah, I was just catering to that demon that was inside of me. Instead of being like, because I didn't know how to deal with the situation. I didn't know that what I had was an addiction. I didn't know what exactly I needed to do in order to deal with it. Like, what do I do at this point? Because pornography is something that we've all seen it. We all know about it. We've all most likely been introduced to it at a young age, way earlier than we should have been, right? So it's like, okay, how do I stop something? Or how do I get rid of something that's been a part of my life since I was introduced to porn for the very first time? I was 11 years old, right? I'm about to be 21 in 2 months. 2 months, I'm going to be 21. That is 10 years that I've been dealing with this. 10 years, almost 10 years. So it's like, how, it was a constant matter of like, how do I change this? How do I fix this? Like, what exactly do I do? Oh, now that we've gotten probably the most serious part, now it's time for the next point. Right now, I'm currently single, and I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, I miss my ex, but I'm enjoying myself being single. And the reason for that is I've made the decision to maximize my singleness. Because people think that when they get into relationships, it's going to completely transform them, make them into a completely different person. And it's not. It's just going to expose who you truly are. That's all. Whether that's good or that's bad. If you're in a relationship, especially a serious relationship, it's not just like a little fling. It's like it's going to expose who you truly are. And in this season, I am maximizing my singleness. And you're probably like, what the hell does that mean? I'm gonna tell you what it means. It means making the most of your single time, because your relationship is only as good as your singleness. Take the time, and I've learned this, that I'm taking the time to learn me, learn what I want, learn what God wants for myself, learn what God wants for my life, what my purpose is, what I've been put on this earth to do, who I like, all of these things, what I like, what I don't like, things that if I get into another, I get into a completely fresh new relationship, things that I don't want to repeat from my previous relationships, things that I no longer will tolerate from myself in my romantic relationships, things that I won't tolerate from my partner in relationships. And that's the thing that I'm learning right now. Like I said, right now, I don't want to be in a relationship with anybody. Like, no, I'm cool. I'm not going to be able to be there mentally. I'm not going to be able to be there physically. I'm not going to be able to be there emotionally, because my focus is somewhere else right now. And I'm not going to be, oh yeah, I'm getting into this relationship and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, knowing that mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm all the way over here and you somewhere over there. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to me. I'm worried about me right now. I've had people like, oh, you single now, come slide head. No, I'm cool. And it's not even entirely that these people aren't for me. I mean, you can tell when somebody's like that, they're not for me. Like, you can tell. But it's not even just that. It's just right now, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'll stick to relationships in The Sims, okay? I'll stick to relationships in The Sims. I'll get married and be all that stuff in The Sims. But in real life, it's about me right now. It's about me right now. So, now we're going to talk about healing. I'm not going to say the right or wrong way to heal, because there's no rule book on how to heal. And everybody goes through things. And when you're hurt, you will go to extreme lengths in order to relieve the pain, and in order for you to get some kind of peace of mind or stability. So I'm not going to say the right or wrong way. I'm going to say the least versus the most beneficial ways. I'll say that, right? Instead of saying right or wrong, because I feel like that's arrogant to be like, you're healing the wrong way, because how the do I heal from this? Do you know how? Because please tell me. You know, it's like, how do I do this? I've never experienced this before. I've never gone through this before. So how am I supposed to know? You know what I'm saying? So I'll do the example of a breakup because that's what I was going through. That's probably my most like recent thing, right? So I do feel like that no contact is very important. Getting off of their social media, trying to get them out of your mind. Now, what I mean by trying to get them out of your mind, the no contact thing, I feel like should be the full extent of that. Do not. Well, okay, I won't say do not because I feel like that's like me saying like, oh, you're stupid for doing that or you're doing it wrong. Okay. Refrain from trying to get over somebody by trying to get under somebody else because that does not work. And the only reason, whenever I do any of these videos, I'm gonna just say a disclaimer real quick, throw this piece in. The only reason I talk on any of these topics that I explain in this video or any others of my sit down talk videos, the only reason I bring them up and I talk about them is because I've experienced it. I've lived it. You will never hear me talk or speak on something that I have not experienced myself. And because I'm not trying to look down on it. I feel like when people try to speak on things that they haven't gone through themselves, the way that it comes off is almost as if they're looking down on the person that is going through that because they don't truly know what the other person is feeling. But I'm saying it from a point of view where I've been in that situation, and now that I know better and I'm trying to do better, I want other people to do better too. So it's not that I'm trying to, oh yeah, you're dumb. No, that's not the best decision to make. I'm telling you, that's not. But like I said, I know when people are hurting, they do things in any way that they can in order to get that peace of mind, in order to heal. Some of my last points I'm gonna make about what this season of my life has really taught me is self-control is so important, and how you're in control of every single step that you take, and you choose to do something or not to do something. You're also choosing the consequences that follow that action. So if you know that you're supposed to you're supposed to go work out. I'll do something simple as work out. You're supposed to go work out, and then you decide to not, and you decide to stay in bed an extra hour. You decide to play the video game or whatever. I'll do scenarios with me, like where I know I had to go work out, but I decided I'm gonna get on the Sims or I'm gonna go do this. When I knew I was supposed to be working out, I get that extra bit of sleep, or I have fun on the game, but I'm also dealing with the consequences of, okay, now I'm gonna feel the guilt of not going to the gym. Now I'm now pushed myself back from my goal that I want for my body and for myself, for my health, and other things that come with it. I'm also accepting the consequences that come with the actions that I pick. It's not just like it's not just, oh, I did this and now it's consequence. There's consequences with everything. Prepare to not feel like it. Prepare to not feel like it. You're gonna not feel like it. You're not gonna feel like doing it. But one thing that I'm doing is complain on the way. I learned that all this stuff that I've learned is from a podcast that I watch called Weird and Aggravated by Leo. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say his last name, but you'll see it on the screen. Stop doing things that make it harder for you to achieve your goals. So, for example, for you watching porn, I know you know that with watching porn, you masturbating, the sleep be hitting different, right? You may sleep better or be in a deeper sleep than if you hadn't watched porn, the night before or whatever, right? But if you know that you watching porn is going to cause you to be in a deeper sleep, and you're going to be tired when you go to wake up in the morning, but in the morning you have a goal to get up and to work out, do not watch porn the night before knowing you have to get up early the next day. You see what I'm saying? Stop doing things that are going to make it harder for you to do what you need to do. You get what I'm saying? If you know that you need to be up at 7 a.m. to do the things that you need to do for the next day on time, stop waiting until 1, 2 a.m. to go to bed. Go to bed like 10, 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing things that make it harder for you to achieve what you want to achieve, and then complaining when you don't get it. And like I said, all of this stuff, I'm learning myself. I'm learning, and I have started to apply these things to my life. You You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not judging. I'm not looking down on anybody if you're dealing with this stuff, because I'm dealing with this stuff too. Like, I don't want you to think that with any of the stuff that I've talked about until this point in the video, and the other things I'm going to bring up even later in the video, oh, she's gone for a while and she didn't come back and she talking that. No, I've done it. I'm still doing some of these things. I've done the stupid things. I'm doing the stupid things. But I'm also applying the good things too. You can't complain about the work about the results that you didn't get, about the work that you didn't put in. Like with me, and when I was going through everything and basically put my life on hold for a minute so I could try to get myself together, I couldn't be upset about my YouTube channel not growing. I couldn't be upset about my TikTok not growing. I couldn't be upset about me not growing on social media when I didn't put in the work to record and create content to then post on social media. Now, if I'm out here recording video, when I'm out here recording videos and I'm doing everything, I'm editing like crazy and I'm doing everything I need to do, and then my stuff doesn't get the views that I wanted to get or that I thought it was gonna get, then yeah, I complain a little bit, because I'm like, hold up, I've been recording for the past 8 hours and recording and editing and stuff for the past 8 hours, and yeah, it didn't do as good as I thought it would. Now I can complain because I put in the work to be able to complain. Because I sat there, I recorded, I edited, I did everything I needed to do, and I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. So now I'm going to complain because I put in the work to be able to complain. You see what I'm saying? Don't complain about the things you didn't get from the work you didn't do. People out here complaining they don't have their driver's license and have never been even in the driver's seat of a car. They're not willing to practice driving. They don't even have their permit, but yet they're complaining that they don't have their license. You didn't even try. You didn't take the initiative to get your license. How you gonna complain you don't have your license and you haven't even taken the first step of getting your license, which is studying to take the permit test? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You can either modify your skills or you can modify your dreams. Change your current skills or hone your current skills to line up with your goals, or you can modify your goals and adjust them to fit your current skills. And again, whatever choice you make, choosing the consequences that come with that. So you modify your skills, you're choosing, okay, I'm gonna have to go to school, I'm gonna have to get another job, I'm gonna have to do whatever I need to do in order for me to enhance these skills, right? In order for me to get to my goal. I'm gonna have to put more time, whatever you need to do in order for your skills to get, you're choosing that. When you do that, you're choosing that consequence. When you choose to hone your dreams or to modify your goals in order to fit your current skills, you're forfeiting your big dreams to fit you now. You're forfeiting becoming the person that you would have become in order for you to get to where you originally wanted to be. You're forfeiting becoming that person when you modify your goals to fit who you are now. You're forfeiting your growth as a person when you modify your goals and say, okay, I'm just gonna tone down my goals to fit who I am now. You forfeit becoming the person you should be. There's a reason, like, you guys may not realize it, but there's a reason that you dream the things that you dream. There's a reason that you think of the things that you think of. There's a reason that you see yourself being successful. You see yourself on stage performing. You see yourself changing the world. You see yourself being a bartender. You see yourself owning a bar. You see yourself being one of the highest selling real estate agents. There's a reason you see yourself that way. And that's because that's who you're supposed to be. That's who you're supposed to be. Small-minded people think small. So what do you see yourself? You're like, no, I see myself doing these things. Even if you don't know how to do it, commit to figuring it out. Even if you don't know, it's okay to not know. Even if you don't, commit to figuring it out, and you will always come out on top. Even if you commit to figuring it out, I don't know, but you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out one way or another. You'll always come out on top, is if you commit to figuring it out. Another thing that I'm learning is how to trust myself. So, like I said, I'm not taking credit for any of these things, any of these points that I'm putting out. This is just, I'm yourself, I want you to look at what it would take for you to trust somebody else. And when you make up excuses for why, like when you tell yourself, I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to go to bed on time, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? You tell yourself, and you make these promises to yourself, and you tell yourself, this is what I'm going to do, or this is what I'm not going to do. And then you end up doing the opposite. Before you negate your promise to yourself of what you're going to do or not going to do, whatever, ask yourself this. Would you accept the BS excuses that you're giving yourself from somebody else? So if somebody was supposed to do something for you, but they say, oh, they're tired, they didn't feel like it, oh, it's not that big of a deal, and they just wanted to, they didn't want to, whatever. Would you accept those excuses? If somebody made you a promise, would you accept those excuses from somebody else that made you a promise? Would you accept those excuses that you tell yourself? Would you accept those excuses from somebody else? That'll help you stop making BS excuses for why you can't do what you said you were going to do for yourself. And also, what would be a valid excuse? Like, what would be a valid excuse from somebody else? If somebody made you a promise, they didn't honor it, what would be a valid excuse that you would, what would be an excuse that you would accept for them to tell you, for you to be like, okay, I understand. And think about that the next time you give yourself an excuse or you give yourself a reason of why you don't have to honor what you said you were going to do for yourself. Also, what would have to happen if somebody made a promise to you and they didn't keep it? What would have to happen? What would the other person have to do in order for them to make it up to you? Think about that before you sit there and you just say, oh, whatever. Think about that for when you mess up yourself and when you don't keep the promise to yourself. What would have to happen if somebody else made a promise to you and they didn't keep it? What would they have to do in order to make it up to you? You need to look at what do I need to do in order to make it up for myself? Make it up to myself. So say you were supposed to go work out, right? Oh no. So say you were supposed to eat clean, right? You were supposed to eat healthy, whatever, and stick to a diet, but you didn't. You ended up eating a piece of cake or some cookies or whatever, right? Now, knowing that you weren't supposed to, now what would you have to do in order to make up for that? Do some extra cardio, go lift some weights, be even stricter, start fasting. Like, what would have to be done in order to make it up? That's what you need to think about. Show yourself that you care about what you want. Not just, oh, I didn't feel like it. Oh, I was tired. Oh, I was hungry. Oh, I ate clean. I ate what I wasn't supposed to. No, what I wasn't supposed to because I was hungry. I didn't go because I was tired. I didn't this because I was that. Show yourself that you care about what you want. Show yourself. And show up for yourself by saying, okay, I may not feel like it. Like I said, prepare to not feel like it. It's okay. Complain on the way. Complain. Oh, that's another thing. Things that helps you. That'll help you get through it. Because people think, oh, you're not allowed to complain. No, you're not allowed to complain if you're not doing the work. Complain while you're working. Complain while you're doing it. Then that's when you have the right to complain. People think, oh, I'm not supposed to be complaining. You're not supposed to complain. Or you can't complain when you're not working. When you're not doing what you need to do. Complain while you're working. If you're working, if you're putting in the work, then you can complain. Then you can complain that you're tired. Then you can complain that you're sore. Then you can complain that you're hungry when you're actually putting in the work. You can't complain if you're not putting in the work. What are you complaining about? You ain't do nothing. How you gonna complain? What are you complaining about? Act in line with your best interest or with your goals. So if you know that you going to bed super late, staying up on the phone with boo-boo is going to prevent you from getting the amount of sleep that you need to get in order for you to wake up and work out in the morning, guess what? You need to tell boo-boo, hey, I gotta go, hun, bye. I got to go to bed. You need to do what you need to do in order to act in line with your goals and in your best interest. If you know that you're supposed to be eating right and eating healthy, don't go out smoking with your friend. Why? Because you're gonna get the munchies and then you're gonna want McDonald's and fast food and all types of crap. Don't go out smoking with your friend knowing that you're on a diet. Because as soon as you smoke whatever, about an hour or so later, you gonna have the munchies and you gonna want to eat. And you gonna be mad when you gotta eat because you go on a diet. You gotta eat a little kale salad and an apple with the munchies. No, you gonna want some real food. So don't go out smoking. Don't do things that are going to make it harder for you. When you have a desire, change your actions to put you on course to get what you want. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You can't keep doing the same thing but expecting something else to happen. I'll say it in the Christian way, and then I'll say it in the faith without works is dead. You cannot have faith for something and believing that something's going to happen without working towards it, right? Now, I can have faith all day long that my YouTube channel is going to reach 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, right? I can believe that all day long. But if I don't put in the work behind it, I sit down and record videos, edit video, upload, do what I need to do, promote my channel, and do everything that I need to do in order to get there, I'll never get there. I can believe something all I want, but faith without works is dead. And then I'll do it in the worldly manifestation. Without putting in the work is just manipulation. It's just manipulation because you're just feeding yourself. Oh, you're gonna do this. Oh, we're gonna do this and that. But you're not putting in the work behind it to back it. You're not putting in the work to back it. Like I said, I can believe all day long, oh, my channel's gonna reach 1 million subscribers. And if I don't put in any work, I'll never reach that. If I don't upload videos, I'll never reach that. If I don't promote my channel, I'll never reach that. So yeah, if I'm sitting up there telling myself, oh yeah, and then I don't put in the work to back it, it'll never happen. I'm lying to myself. I'm gaslighting myself, basically. You need to put in the work behind what you want in order for you to actually get it. You can't just tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a great real estate agent, and then never even took a real estate course. Excuse me, you need to be in school. You need to be studying, doing what you need to do to get into a class, studying for these tests, doing what you need to do. Then, you know what I'm saying, you putting in that work behind it, you'll do great. All these points I'm going to make are stuff that I've learned from my Aware and Aggravated podcast that I watch. So, tricks to leveling yourself up. And stuff that I'm applying to my life now that I will share with you guys if you guys are in need of any tips and stuff. Alter your sense of what's normal. So if you're used to doing a 30-minute workout, like I said, I use the example of workouts because I work out, so we're going to use something simple as working out, going to the gym, whatever. Say your normal is a 30-minute workout. Up it to 45 minutes. So now your new normal, now initially it'll feel like, oh my gosh, this extra 15 minutes is like, and I understand, right? But if you up it to 45 minutes and you constantly have yourself under that pressure and under that, and you don't quit, you keep at it, your new normal will now be a 45 minute workout. So the 30-minute workout will feel like nothing. Also something, when I talk about the handling things and running from things, ask yourself this before you run from something. If quitting was not an option, right? Because we don't quit. If quitting was not an option, what would you have to do in order to get it done? What would you have to do in order to get through it? What would you have to do? If you can't quit, right? You can't quit. It's like a video that once you enter the level, you either beat the boss or what. If quitting was not an option, you can't leave the game. If quitting's not an option, what would you have to do in order to get through it? And that's what you need to do. Is look at it like quitting's not an option. I'm not going to stop doing this. So what do I need to do in order for this to get done? And that'll stop you from every time something's uncomfortable. You're like, no, I'm out. That'll stop you because you're like, no, quitting's not an option. Running away is not an option. So now I have to think of, what do I need to do in order for this to get done? What do I need to do in order for me to make it through this? Because you'll make it through if you keep going. You'll make it through even if it takes you way longer than you thought. You'll make it through if you don't stop. If you quit right as soon as you walk through the door, how are you going to get to the other side? If you quit as soon as you walk through the door, you up, no, and leave right back out the room. You'll never get to the other side. You'll never get there. This is my little talk video, my little TED talk. I told you I had a couple points I had to get out. A couple little things, and honestly, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Like I said, one, because I've been finally talking about the things that I've been going through that nobody knows about. And like I said, the one person that I was able to talk to about stuff, I can't now. But it's fine. I'm used to it now. I'm over it but that's not here nor there. Anyway, yeah, like I said, because I've been pushing off this video because I wasn't ready to talk about things, and now I'm so glad that I did. And I hope that at any point, any of these points that I brought up, that it helps you and you know that you're not alone. There are people out here that are struggling just like you. I'm openly admit I struggle. Like, I'm still struggling. And I'm not too high and mighty to admit that. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm better than nobody, because I'm not. And yeah, and like I said, I just hope that this video helps some people. And yeah, we're gonna overcome all these challenges: mental challenges, physical challenges, emotional challenges, spiritual challenges, financial challenges. Any kind of challenge, any kind of setback, it's preparing you. It's preparing you. That's the thing I learned, that there's nothing wrong with the season that you're in. So, like I said, if you're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, know that it gets better, and the pressure is forming you and molding you into who you need to be. Because if I didn't go through this season, honestly, I would be still doing some of the same things that I was doing at the end of last year, at the beginning of this year, that I no longer do now. And I wouldn't be aware of certain things about myself if I didn't take the time to say, you know what, we're gonna maximize this single time. We're gonna worry about us right now. So like I said, I'm sending love and prayers to every single person that's watching this. And 2023 is that year. We're gonna make stuff happen. We're gonna history in the making. Like, I'm getting that tattoo. That's probably gonna be like my first couple of history in the making. Crazy faith that I showed you. My janky tattoos that I showed you in my first vlog. History in the making, because I'm history in the making. Crazy faith, and I'm the exception, because it may not have worked out with y'all, but it ain't worked out with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the exception. But like I said, I hope that this information helps you at least a little bit. You can take some knowledge back and you can apply it to your life. And like I said, none of this stuff, this is all from a place of love and wanting to help, because I've been in that position where I wish somebody would have told me these things. I wish some of this information is like, yo, I wish I would have known this stuff, but it's never too late. And if you're like me and you think that, oh, I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm this, I'm whatever age you are, and you think it's too late for me, it's not. Like I said, I'm not even legally allowed to drink yet. I'm talking about it's too late for me to drink. Like, girl, so dramatic. But like I said, I'm sending you all love, and we're gonna get through it. Whatever you're going through, it's not stronger than you. You have this. You got this. Even if it doesn't feel like, even if you can't see it, you got this. And I'm saying it to y'all, and I'm also saying this to myself. Even if you can't see it right now, you got this. Your entire life could change in a matter of 6 months. And I guarantee you that mine will. Because faith without works is dead. So I can't have faith that my life will do a complete 180 in 6 months and not put in the work behind it. It's May 1st when I'm recording this video. It's the beginning of a new month. And mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm honestly right now in the best space I've ever been in this whole year. Like I said, it's May 1st. We have 7 more months. There's more time left in the year than has passed. Please don't think you're too late. There's more time left. See, I feel like some people need to hear that, because I also need to hear that. Because I'm like, oh, we're already in May. There's more time left in the year than the time that has already passed. You can still turn this around. I love you, and I can't wait to see what you all become. We're on this journey together, and I love you so much. Until the next one, guys.